Good evening and welcome to another episode of your daily show, Achievements. I'm your host, Fatma Al-Hajri, and this evening I'm joined with my co-host, Abdul Latif. Good evening, Abdul Latif.
Good evening, Fatma. And as my co-host said, we are your host and we will take you through this episode, so stay tuned after this report.
A successful identity is built on things a person has done. Your most important accomplishments are a very important way for you to measure your success. Colleagues, competitors, and the general public can look at a person's achievements to figure out how successful they are. Most of the time, putting in a lot of work pays off. Most people think a successful life is one of a lot of things to be proud of. When you finish a task, you win over problems or other people. Achieve means to work together to reach a hard and challenging goal. Everyone should be ready to help out and work together if they need to. There are many ways to reach your goal, but in the end, it's up to you to decide how it will pay out in your life. In their careers, some people want to get rich and will be well known. Some people think that even small victories are reasons to have a party. We're all different, so we all have our own thoughts on everything. In the end, though, everyone wants to be happy, and everything you do in life will help you to get closer to that ultimate goal.
Welcome back, our viewers. Tonight we're having with us one of the most successful individuals in Kuwait. He is known as a Kuwait national team judo player. His achievement is not just in Kuwait, but all around the world. Although his age is still young, yet he achieved a lot for himself and his country. Please welcome with us the Kuwaiti champion and gold medalist, Mr. Abdullah Al-Khzam. Welcome, Mr. Abdullah, and thank you for being here with us at the show Achievements.
And thank you for having me.
You're
Of
welcome.
course, it's our pleasure to have you. And we'd like to know about your early steps. How did you begin in this sport?
Before I began judo, I start my journey by swimming in Kuwait club. Then I didn't find myself in swimming. Then my father took me to my club to join the judo team. Since then, in 2010, till now, I am in this sport.
Of course, I think that's very interesting that in the beginning,
Swimming
he
and
was
judo.
actually in
Yes.
swimming,
Yeah.
and then you switched to judo.
I mean, it's different, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you felt when you switched from swimming until judo?
Actually, I found joy in judo. My father, he just want to be sure to make me an athlete. So I found myself more in judo.
I think
you find it's more fun, right?
Yes, more fun.
That's really
especially
special.
learning more about self-defense and how to protect yourself.
For
I
sure.
think that's can be very empowering.
Yes.
So what about your home background? Of course, you just mentioned your father, that he's actually one of the reasons that you are right now as a judo player and gold medalist and Kuwaiti champion, and thank you for that, for raising our country's name. Seriously. But Abdullah, how is the family in the home background at the beginning from starting swimming? How did that affect you on your athlete journey?
They was very supportive, and they want me to be successful in any sport that I choose. But
They of course supported you a lot, right?
yes, yes.
And because of that support, right now Abdullah is a Kuwaiti champion. I think it's really special.
Of course,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
is that like the reason why you stayed in this line of sports, judo? Is it because of the family support, or is it because you had friends who were also judo players?
All of that, and I want to add that we have a goal that we aim for the Olympics Games, and this is any athlete dream. So inshallah, we will be part of Paris 2024 Olympic Games, inshallah.
Hopefully you
you'll make it.
will. I think
Yeah.
this is something very powerful, especially for Kuwait. I think we have a lot of athletes and championships.
Especially in judo.
Especially in
In
judo.
judo, these guys, you are rising our country's name, and we are
Alhamdulillah.
seeing that you are competing. Even in Tokyo 2022, I think, we were competing with, I think, either karate or judo, I don't know, but we were competing and we were doing
Yes,
so
we
far.
were in actually karate, yes.
Yeah.
In karate, yes, but judo we didn't qualify.
You didn't qualify, but we
But
can
hopefully
make
this
it.
one,
Yes,
we will.
inshallah.
So, in the name of competitions, do you remember your first competition?
It was in 2010, after maybe 5 months me in judo, but I didn't take any medals in this competition.
But of course, you have the good experience with it, right?
Yes, of course.
It was
Of
lovely
course,
to your
I think
heart.
sometimes even joining competitions, learning, having experience, learning from other players can really be helpful sometimes.
Of course.
So when it comes to your favorite championships, which one would you say is your favorite?
My favorite, it was in 2016. It was my first year in junior. I was like 17 years old, and in judo law, anyone, if he become junior, he can play in senior.
Play senior.
Senior, yes. And in that year, I took gold in senior division, and then it was my first year in junior.
It must have been a very proud moment for you.
Yes, it was very successful.
How was
and
that competition?
It was tough. 5
Really?
fights it was.
Did you win?
Yes, gold. Alhamdulillah.
On a senior?
Yes.
And you were at the age of junior?
Yes.
And how can you tell us exactly when you won and got the gold medal? Can you describe your feeling and also your father's feelings, since he is the reason behind that?
It was joy, and you forget all the hard time you've been through.
I think this moment you really can appreciate all the hard work you put in, all the hours, all the sacrifices you made for this kind of sport. I know it takes a lot of dedication, especially you don't go out with your friends, you just focus on your training, you don't have a lot of time to socialize. So you did sacrifice a lot to be where you are today.
Actually, we sacrificed almost everything. In high school, we used to wake up like at 3 a.m. We go to the gym, then we go to school. After school, we go to practice judo. Then just eat a fast meal and sleep and repeat.
It must have been very hard to actually wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning before school and go to
3
work
a.m.,
out.
It's too early, I think.
Too early.
It's too early.
But this is, I guess, this is normal for all athletes, maybe.
Especially in winter, maybe to take some run with the cold weather.
It's very cold even to wake up in the morning at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. For me, actually, I would love to sleep. Sleeping,
I think
for
everyone
me,
prefers to
it's my
sleep,
favorite sport.
but this is a sacrifice you must do in order to achieve what you have today.
When you feel the joy of victory, you will sacrifice.
Of course.
Trust me with
And
this.
you were happy with the sacrifice that you did for
Yes.
judo.
Of course, he achieved so much for himself and he has
You're
reached
right.
a lot of goals.
Yeah.
So I think the sacrifice was worth it.
Worth it, yes.
Definitely worth it. So who's your favorite fighter that you learn some moves from and you watch his videos when you are maybe like on your free time?
When I was young, I always saw a Georgian fighter who play for Greece. His name is Elias Eliadis. He's very physical and throw big throws. And now I just watch all the athletes to learn tactics and how to control the game.
Who's your favorite athletes right now?
Right now, Japanese Ono.
Yeah, I think I knew, I heard about him.
Yes.
And he is really strong. I watch judo a lot, but I don't want to try it because I'm afraid if I try it, I will
think
go out with bruises.
I think it can be a very violent sport sometimes, especially judo.
It
Can
is,
be
right?
violent a little bit.
No,
It's not an
actually,
easy game to play.
judo means the gentle way.
The gentle way.
The gentle way.
Can you describe that more? Because I think it's like maybe in a physical competitions.
You throw someone with at least amount of force, only technique.
Okay, so the technique is the main thing here.
The
in
main
judo.
thing.
So is there a foul? Maybe if I throw someone so hard, maybe.
No, it's okay.
Ah, okay.
But the main purpose of judo is technique,
And maybe self-defense.
of course.
Of course. We still have a lot more questions for you, Abdullah, but we will take a short break. Dear viewers, please stay with us after this report.
Abdullah Al-Khzam. Abdullah Al-Khzam is a Kuwaiti judo player. He has managed to work and practice most of his time in order to be perfect at this sport. He did not stop there. Abdullah joined many tournaments in order to challenge himself and win at the same time. He has always focused on how to improve himself and work to achieve his target. Abdullah has joined many tournaments in Kuwait and abroad. He managed to raise the name of our beloved country Kuwait and makes us proud. Abdullah was able to achieve several wins during the tournaments he joined. He followed his dream and continues to do that. Moreover, Abdullah's achievements are so many, and because of his hard work, it has certainly paid off. In Kuwait, Abdullah managed to earn 5 gold medals in different stages. In addition, he also won 9 gold medals in the general stage. Hence, in under 21 tournaments, Abdullah has won 1 gold medal. He also managed to win 3 silver medals and 2 bronze medals. In championships abroad, Abdullah was able to win the 5th place in the Asian Open Hong Kong Championship. This is assuredly something we should all be proud of. Abdullah has faced many challenges and obstacles. However, this is what made him be at where he is today. The sport of judo is a martial art that was founded in Japan. It is now known around the world as an Olympic sport. The sport judo is special in its own way. It has several techniques that makes it different from other sports. Judo includes variety of falls, throws, and strikes. Moreover, throws are divided in 2 groups of techniques. They are known to be the standing technique and the sacrifice technique.
Welcome back, our dear viewers, as we continue our interview with our dear guest, Abdullah. So, Abdullah, we just saw the report. It is really special, and thank you for the good work that you are doing for our country's name. But right now, we would love to go back to ask you some personal question, which is, we would love to know about your favorite time to do your favorite thing, which is your hobby. Maybe like playing some video games or going to the gym.
My hobby, judo. This is my
Judo.
hobby, yes.
It's
And
a
the gym.
full-time passion.
Full-time passion, yeah.
Even at your free time,
Yes, even in my free time,
you play and practice judo.
always.
Do you have other members of the family that practice the same sport?
No,
That you maybe try to practice with them?
no.
You haven't
On-
tried any moves with your family?
No.
Your siblings, your brothers?
No, they just keep it distance.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Actually, if I were them, I would do the same. If my brother is actually Kuwaiti judo champion, I would keep some distance, physical distance between me and you. And if there's anyone who bully at me at school, I would love to ask you to come and defend me.
I think you would probably call him like after this interview.
Yeah?
If he faced any
Yeah.
problem, you
If
would
there's
just
anyone
call
like
Abdullah.
around me, yeah, like Abdullah, there's someone who's bullying at me, maybe someone tried to crush me at the car, I would call you.
Okay, I will be there.
Of course, thank you, and thank you really for that. But we would love to know about your biggest fan. Who is your biggest fan?
It always will be my father and my mother also. My parents are the biggest supporters for me.
So do you think that you get all the support that you need as a judo player from your family members, your friends, the community?
Yes,
I think that's very important to have this kind of support. It really helps you to push forward, especially about a sport that you're very passionate about.
sport all about a strong mindset. Physical part is important, but
Not as important as the mind.
yes,
And why? I could be I could be prepared and capable to do things. But if my mind wasn't focused, I cannot do too many
Or
things,
if,
right?
even
Yes.
if you were hesitant.
Yeah.
as a
That
human,
can
you
change.
get nervous, scared, tired. With a strong mindset, you can avoid all these things and become a better fighter.
Of course, and do you think that you have a critic from a family member or a teammate, someone who usually points out your mistakes, help guide you in areas that you need to improve yourself?
After any fight, I stay with my coach and we study my fights to find the weak points to improve them.
Of course, I think that's very important because sometimes,
To
even
notice.
yeah, like small mistakes or even like small areas that you're actually good at, but you need to improve in order to win future games and future medals, to actually have that kind of support from your coach, to have a mentor. I think that's very important.
It is very important, seriously, Abdullah. But Abdullah also, as a judo player, it's a little bit, not dangerous, not risky, but it has its own risks, maybe breaking some bones, right? Do you have these fears? And if you do not, can you tell us what's your deepest fears as a judo player?
The biggest fear of any athlete is injury, because it's take you a step back. And if you practice it in safe way and the right way, you will not get injured.
And
Of
can you
course.
tell us exactly how to avoid that?
Sometimes when you play with someone and you don't want him to throw you, you put your hand at the ground. If he throw you in hard force,
Hard to throw, yeah.
yes, it will break your elbow or
Maybe shoulder or
yes.
neck? Yeah.
yes.
Of course, that can be very dangerous. And when it comes to practicing, where do you usually practice, or how do you manage your time? Especially that you mentioned you spend a lot of time working out and practicing judo, especially if you work or you're at college and like studying. So how do you manage your time?
I am a new employee now. I train for now in Qadsiya club. After the practice, I take rest 1 hour, then I go to the gym and practice for another hour, then I will go home.
So maybe after your work, you
Yes.
go and try to practice.
Yes, after
You do
my
not,
work.
yeah. You do not practice at night?
Yes, all that and night, from 6:30 to 10:30 like this.
So do you prefer that timing better than the 3 a.m. wake up call, of course,
For
in the
sure,
morning?
yeah, for sure.
Of course, I think that kind of time really helps a lot, especially after work. You don't have a lot of things to do. You just focus on your sports, workouts with your teammates and your coaches, of course. I think it takes a lot of dedication, because sometimes, you know, we have events, we have family gatherings at night, but you actually sacrifice all that time for your practice.
Which is important also.
Of course.
Yeah. So you can have this commitment from yourself, Abdullah, to your goal, right? And of
Sure.
course, it's really important for you to do these sacrifices. Like we see a lot of people in our ages do what they love at their free time. Maybe go out, maybe traveling. But you,
But he's
Abdullah,
still doing what he loves.
he only
Yes.
doing but he only doing the traveling, which is one of the good benefits as going maybe outside with judo, right? How
Yes.
many countries you traveled?
For judo, maybe 20 countries.
What's your best country?
Japan.
Of course, which is my favorite country. So, in speaking of experiences, which is you're going to Japan, can you tell us your favorite journey and your favorite experience that includes with your judo experiences?
My favorite experience, it's in Germany, Düsseldorf. I fought there for the Grand Slam. The audience was like 15,000, and when I won, the atmosphere was like insane.
And it was your favorite, right?
Yes. It
What
was
about the one in Japan?
in Japan? It was the training camp.
The training camp.
Yes.
That's nice to actually go to training camps in Japan and different countries.
Yes.
To have that kind of support from the
Yeah.
country, from the Kuwait a national team, to have all the teammates practice in different countries, learn from different cultures as well, is
Of
very
course.
important.
You also get to see your favorite judo player right now, the Japanese.
Sure.
You know, right?
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah. I'm sorry about that. So, but of course, which is good experience. But can you tell us, like, exactly? Do you have like? Do you do that, which is between practices? Do you maybe go out and try to explore the country and the culture?
Sure. If you travel any country, you want to see new people and new things to explore. So we take our free time to explore the
out
country.
of judo.
Yes, out
just
of the
to
judo.
try explore
Yes.
the culture and the food there,
Yes.
which is good, right?
In Japan,
Did you try
Okay.
ramen?
no.
Oh, you have to try it. I tried it there, and it was really delicious. You have to.
Next time, sure.
Of course, Abdullah, we have more and more questions, but our viewers will stay with us when we come back for more and more.
We are here in our dojo to prepare for our Kuwait Championship next week, and here the place where we enjoy and spend our free time.
Welcome back, our viewers, and welcome back, Abdullah. So, Abdullah, do you think of changing your career as a judo player?
For now, no. But if there is a chance, I will be a powerlifter.
Powerlifter.
Yes.
But if you do that, then I don't think you will participate in French 2024.
Sure, yes.
That's
It's all about passion.
So
And
did you discover this passion later on in life?
In Kuwait, sport is very hard because we are semi-pros. We are not full-time athlete. So that's why we don't take medals in the Olympics. Only we have one gold. That's why most of the people find an easy sport, and sport that have less
competitors and people
yes.
to go against.
Yes.
But Abdullah just said that you think that maybe you will go and be as a power lifter, right?
Mm.
But if you do that, and do you think that you will not get any more gold medals? Because right now you are a gold medalist in judo.
Sure.
But you will not have that maybe as a judo player. Maybe in powerlifting, because here in Kuwait we have many powerlifters who are champions.
Yes. If you told me lifting before judo, I will go powerlifting. But since I stand up in the dojo, I can't leave it.
Of course, so you actually thought like if you had to go back in time,
Yes.
would you actually choose powerlifting?
For now, no.
Stick with judo.
I stick with judo. But if I don't know judo, I will go for lifting.
Of course. And how many medals have you won so far in judo?
In Kuwait, 14 golds. I have Arab 1 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze, and Gulf I have 1 silver.
So do you think that you have achieved all your goals, or you still have more to achieve?
It's just, I feel it's just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
Yes.
Of course, and I think he has so many medals. He won so many championships.
14 golds.
Yes.
I mean, that's a
so
lot.
do you think these kind of achievements might hold you back, or might make you like feel settled for now and not hope for new goals?
It's just a trigger to push me forward.
Of course. To actually see your work paying off, to see yourself recognized in different countries and championships, really gives you a push forward.
It is the push, yeah. But of course, you have your goals, and you have way more goals even after 2024. When you go to France, inshallah, you will do it, right?
Yes, of course.
And after that, when you win the gold medal, what you will do? Can you tell us what's your next step?
No, for now, judo is like part of my life. I can't just leave it. If I leave judo, I feel something missing in me. So I always want to do judo.
You will always do the
I
judo.
always do judo.
Do you think is that like one of the reasons, like your friends, they're mostly judo players, your teammates?
Yes, because I spend most of my time in judo.
So I think this is very important, because sometimes, you know, your friends, if they don't share the same sport, you might feel like you're missing out on them hanging out, going out, traveling. But to actually have your friends also as your teammates, you know, sharing in this experience, having the same goal, that can be very empowering and really helps you to achieve more.
Actually, many people get mad of me because I don't go to any gathering and be social active. I just keep avoiding these things to focus on my judo career.
Of course, I think that's very important, because sometimes, you know, people, they don't understand that you're giving up so much for your sport, when they should be encouraging you, even if you're missing out on the gatherings, on the friends going out, you know,
But
for
he's
dinner.
doing something more.
Yes, I think they should
He's
encourage
rising our
him
name,
more.
country's name, yeah.
Yes.
You are doing something way more. And thank you for that.
Alhamdulillah.
And of course, can you tell us your preparation about the Olympics? What you will do? Can you tell us your steps? Like for the first thing, do you have a certain skills that you have to acquire and to have these skills so we can join, inshallah, the French Olympics?
I must improve my judo techniques, my speed, and my actually I must improve every side. We must go to training camp, then we test our training in a championship, and we see our mistakes, we improve them, and go to another training camp. And like this, step by step, we get better and better to inshallah achieve our goal and we'll go to the Olympics.
Hopefully you will, and really very proud of your achievements so far and what you accomplished. Of course, we still have more questions for you, but we will take a short break, dear viewers. Stay after this report.
The things a person has done make up his or her identity. One of the most important ways to measure your success is by looking at your most important accomplishments. Colleagues, competitors, and the general public can tell how successful a person is by looking at what they have done. Most of the time, it pays off to work hard. Most people think that having a lot to be proud is a sign of a successful life. When you finish a task, you beat problems or other people to achieve something. People have to work together to reach a difficult goal. If help is needed, everyone should be ready to pitch in and work together. There are many ways to reach a goal, but in the end, it's up to you to decide how it will affect your life. Some people want to be rich and well known on their jobs. Some people think that even small wins are good reasons to throw a party. We are all different, so we all think differently about everything. In the end, though, everyone wants to be happy, and everything you do in life will help you to get closer to that goal.
Welcome back, our dear viewers. So, Abdullah, I have actually one question. Can you tell us also what do you do on your favorite trainings? Like how many times you train a week?
Usually I train twice a day, and Friday off, Saturday only one training. So if
Twice a day?
Yes. If you calculate it, it will be 11 times a week.
11 times. And every time, how many hours?
Depends on the schedule. Sometimes I train judo fights, sometimes technique, and sometimes physical. So every week the schedule change.
I think that's interesting. You mentioned physical, judo, and also a different type of training. Technique. So how do you manage your schedule every time? Do you work all these workouts in just one day, or is it divided into different days?
Actually, the coach who make the schedule, and we just go for training and do what he say. But usually when we train twice a day, sometimes we first training be physical and the second one will be judo.
Which one is the toughest workout during the schedule, of course? Like the one you usually don't want to work out, like you hope this is not your workout for the day. You know, a lot of people sometimes
they get lazy about it.
Yes. So which one would you say is like the part you really are not looking forward for?
We have training like we throw each other fast. Like we throw each other like 10 times in 20 seconds. And this is really tough.
Like every time you have to throw someone in 2 seconds.
Yes.
10 times 20 seconds.
Yes. And the coach has time and calculate. If you get slower, he says
he adds the time.
Yes.
So can you do that? Like if I want to maybe do some wrestling with you, can you throw me in 2 seconds? Can you do that?
I will try.
You will try? Oh,
maybe after the show, not now.
No, yeah, definitely.
We don't want any injuries.
Even after the show. Yes. Of course, we would love to have more time with you, Abdullah. But unfortunately, we are out of time. But before we end, do you have one last thing to say to your dear viewers or maybe your family? before we end?
Thank you very much for having me, and inshallah we'll make you proud with our next achievements, inshallah, future achievements.
Of course, I thank you for being here, and we do wish you the best in your future endeavors. Well, dear viewers, we have reached the end of our time for this evening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. See you again tomorrow, and goodbye for now.
Goodbye.